Viral or non-viral, I'm happy for life. I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful for what I got. I'm thankful for the people that I know, and I'm optimistic right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm gonna keep this because I want to listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just want to keep myself as motivated as possible in life. You know, I don't ever be, I don't ever want to think that I'm doing less in life. I always want to keep myself motivated, and I hope that that's the energy that people feed off while I'm still on this earth, while I still live. Ain't none of this other stuff. I don't want to be coming around clickbaity, you know, trying to do what everybody does because it's trendy or because it's what gets the most clicks. I ain't come on here for that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about that life. It's like either way, you know what I'm saying? I say this to say that a whole lot of people are copycats, you know what I'm saying? Nobody original. And views or no views, I'm keeping this and I'm probably gonna repackage it. You know what I mean? You know, I wanna keep myself motivated in life. I don't ever want doing some shit wrong. I'm doing something wrong in life. I wanna keep myself motivated. I wanna be strong for myself. As I'm saying, I wanna be strong for myself and those around me. You know what I'm saying? Strong for myself first. You see, in life you have to be strong for yourself first before you even attempt being strong for other people. Because getting in a form of love relationship, is a form of you being brave enough to be strong for someone else, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whatever, whatever you identify as. A love relationship is, you know what I'm saying, or a friendship, you know. All those gestures are a form of thinking for another person. So before you think for another person, you ought to think for yourself first. You see, Joshua, are you real, nigga? Why did you repeat yourself? What the hell? Okay, how you doing, Joshua? If you can hear me, Joshua. Hey, Josh, come on, Josh. How are you, Josh? How you doing, Josh? If you're there, Josh. Hmm? So, in life, I finna think for myself first before I take it to another person. Because if I don't think for myself, how am I gonna be taken seriously? Of course, I'm not gonna be taken seriously. Which is why I have to be in the position to think for myself first. Then trying to making it making it look like I want to play superhero everywhere. It's good to play superhero, but not everywhere. Just like how the South African government is doing it. You know, wanting to play superhero when we don't even have the capabilities to play superhero. Understand? So it's good to play superhero. It's good to be a superhero, but not in every instance. You're not gonna save everyone, bro. That's just the reality of it. It's not like you're gonna save everyone. Some of us don't even have the capacities to be saving everyone. So it's impossible. And even if you do possess the capabilities and the capacities, that are gonna enable you to save everyone, you're totally gonna be at your limits. You understand what I'm saying? You're totally gonna be at your limits. You feel me? totally gonna be at your limits. You understand what I'm saying? So that dog was totally about to bark at me, like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. I'm tied down, and you want to come around speaking. But anyways, yeah, there's like a pit bull next door, so like, you know, the guy's like hearing me talk and shit on stream, blah blah, and he almost went, "Bow, bow, 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 bow," cause I'm always talking and shit like that. Not always talking. Come on, bro. I'm always not always talking. I mean, if I was always talking, then that would mean that I'm not an ordinary man. I don't want to take it there, anyways. But viral or not viral, bro. I'm gonna listen to this, and I'm probably gonna recite it to myself and remind myself almost every time that I gotta think about myself. I gotta put myself first. Ain't no way to it because even if I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that a female is gonna want to be with me or whatever. Like, I don't think that she's gonna respect me if I don't think about myself and think for myself first. If I don't prioritize my own needs, you know what I'm saying, or my own expectation of life, or my own, you know, uh, objectivity. You know, if I don't prioritize my own objectivity of things, I don't think that a female is gonna be in the position to like fully respect and fully like, you know what I'm saying, submit. I don't honestly believe in all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't be the type to just go around loving passively. Not even to, not even talking about. I don't even want to talk about or emphasize love relationships. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about friendships as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be that type of guy or that type of person that's like overcompensating and still feeling like I gotta do way more. When in actuality, I ain't gotta do nothing but just be there for a person and just go with the flow and interact with a person and coexist with a person, however ways that I can. However way that I can. And I don't have to pressurize myself. Because certain things, like sharing things with a person, you're not really pressurized, or it's not like really mandatory for you to go beyond what you are able to share. You understand? Some things are just delusion. Wow, you know what I mean? Not even to mention love relationships, how love relationships are these days. It's like, oh, it's always delusion. It's always delusional. Oh, delusional, man. You got all these people, you know what I'm saying, thinking that it's like it has to be about the one and only person. When there's no such thing. No such thing as the one and only person. It's a team effort. Most things are a team effort. They're not just a one thing person. Most things are a team. Even certain jobs or certain initiatives are a team effort. You know what I'm saying? For real though. Oh yeah, Mr. Trolley McTrollydin. How are you? How are you, Mr. Trolley McTrollydin? Trolley McTrollydin. Trolley McTrollydin. You're spamming Trolley McTrollydin. Go and grow your own fucking channel, sucker. Bye. Gonna see you when I see you, man. Cause you're totally unhealthy. You are such so unhealthy. You see, like for instance, that Trolley McTrollydin guy. If that guy is even a real human being, or I don't know, I don't even care. Because one thing is for sure, even if some of you really want to deny it, I'm still gonna be here. And whether you fuck with it or not, I'm still gonna be here. And it's not like I'm really antagonizing anybody. Well, let me just put it in more poised terms. Whether you like it to some of you, whether you like it or not. I'm probably gonna grow my subscribers even more, because chances are what I'm talking or what I'm saying really hits home to some. And then some are like thinking, should we not? But it still doesn't matter because you know why? I'm given this chance. I'm given this chance. Meaning that some of you guys keep on scrolling on your phones again and again and again and again, and you come across me. Meaning that I'm given this chance, right? Meaning that I have a whole lot of recommendations already, right? As a small channel, being the small channel that I am, I have a bunch of recommendations already. So what is it that some of you are gonna tell me? That's what I'm thinking, really. Because I done worked on YouTube for about 6 years. 6 freaking years, right? And I don't had to wait for it, I don't, because I don't have, money from like aunties and uncles and like connections and stuff like that, in terms of like who I know in like the corporate industry and stuff. I had to actually wait it out for about 6 years in order for me to even get to this capacity. Even if there's a person who's only just one who hit the like button, because apparently I'm not popular and it's not like I'm in the general consensus of things. Only one person clicks the like. Guess what? It actually does not matter at the end of the day, because some of you guys are probably just a test. That's all you are, a test run. Meaning that some of you kept on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and then ironically, you come across this particular screen. Meaning that, in accord to your behavior, the machine pinpointed me towards some of you, even if some of you may be in denial. You know what I mean? Some of you may hear me talk and talk and talk, and you want to come around and be mean and stuff like that. Of course, I'm gonna hide you. Of course, I'm gonna make sure that you are not visible on the channel. And well, just like how I did this guy, Jared Oliphant. How I did Jared Oliphant. And when I did Oliphant that way, he won't appear on my channel because he's a know-it-all. Yabo uyapapa, he's forward, and umuntu nje lophaphako vele uyaphapha, yabo. And it's not even a matter of, of course, I don't even care about thinking about who I think I am because I know who I am. You ain't gotta tell me who I am and who I think I am and who I gotta be. You ain't gotta tell me none of that. And the numbers don't lie. There are people who actually subscribe here and stay subscribed, meaning that certain things or certain narratives that I talk about, they receive them. So some people are just a test, bro. I'm not even really worried or phased. You know what I mean? By people, spamming me like this jarred Oliphant just did, which is why I just addressed it. Yeah, well, I reported it, right? Because that's what the creator is supposed to do: report certain things, certain acts maybe of you know acts of trying to maybe sabotage me, because that doesn't work. It mustn't work because I already have a history right now. I keep going every day, almost every day, right? Not every day, because I gotta watch my health and be a normal person, and work jobs, make a little money, because it's not like I even get paid, but I still decide to go at it, and come around and talk about life and how I experience life, and hope that maybe I reach certain people. And it's not even about me trying to like grow some like a pair or some shit, because I already have a pair. I already have a pair. To prove that I have a pair, I come on here and I speak my heart out 100%, and I don't even flex. I don't do none of that. I don't flash no chains. I don't buy into all of this insanity, all of these requirements that people place and told, these unrealistic requirements. Yabo, that's why I mean, my daughter, I don't really hesitate. I don't hesitate. Yeah, don't you now one like doesn't bother me, dog. You know why it doesn't bother me? Because certain people here don't know me. First of all, it's not like I'm really not aware of that. And it's not even about being famous and being acclaimed and stuff like that. And if people think it's still about that, running YouTube and having social media and being famous, if they think that it's solely that, being famous and stuff and being rich, they're totally lost. That's what I'm gonna say. And me having one like is like, meh, to tell the to tell you the truth. 'Cause it's not like I really don't have any means of trying to survive. And some people are really delusional because they come on here and they assume that a person who's on social media doesn't have me. Of course, I have means of survival, right? But the only thing is, I was given this because nobody and not everyone is always given this chance. That's the reality. That's the reality. Eh? You're not just everybody. You don't have to be everybody. You ain't gonna be everybody. You understand? I was given this chance, and some people, right, they don't like it, and it's like, okay, they don't like it, and it's like reality, and all of a sudden hits me that, oh, it's the internet, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, right. That's what happens. You know what I mean? That's the internet, and on the internet, it's not like that's not like everybody really likes you. You understand? And I remember when I was a kid, being a rapper, being exposed to hip hop a whole lot. I thought that being a rapper and being exposed to hip hop was like gonna make me like a cool person in the future and shit like that. And I was not even aware of the fact that that shit is delusional, bro. Not everybody gonna like you. Not everybody's gonna be like liking you and jumping up and down. And not everybody. That's just the reality of it. And even if you may have sold platinum records and shit like that, not everybody gonna really like you. Like you isn't like not everybody's gonna jump around and whatever when they see you like that. You see? There's certain people that are gonna jump around and there's certain people that are give you like this the very ugly eye type shit, you feel me? So yeah, I'm very much aware. And that's why I don't hesitate to hide certain people that disrespect me, first of all. Like, I'm not gonna tolerate that. In the name of me not being popular, in the name of me not being known, I ain't gonna sacrifice my respect, nigga. I ain't play like that. What? Feel me? Wula wula wula. I ain't gonna play like that. I got my, I got my honor, nigga. I got my shit intact. I ain't gonna play like that, man. You know what I'm saying? In the name of me being desperate for likes and shit. Because first of all, most people, the reality is, most people who start YouTube or just end up blowing up in a matter of like 3 years, 4 years. Those guys have means, financial means to make sure that they blow up. Or at least they're exposed to a situational type of life that enable them to actually blow up. That's the reality of it. It's not like, the reality of social media and being famous and making it and whatever and blah blah blah. It's not just simply like having talent and shit. It's not all just about talent. That's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Hello. That's not the reality of it because most of us are delusional. We tend to think that blowing up is just having talent and blah blah blah. You know, when the reality is certain people know people. You understand me? That's the reality of it. Certain people know people, just how it is in politics as well and in corporate. Certain people know certain people. End of story. And because of that, certain people in the world are afforded advantages. That's the reality of the mere existence. You understand? And the reality of being a figure on social media is not just you having talent or you just being miraculously beautiful as a female or whatever. It's it's all dependent on the situational type of basis. Your how you grew up and stuff like that, or what you were exposed to growing up type shit. One thing's for sure. If maybe both your parents were like having good jobs, good paying jobs, best believe it. You are guaranteed to blow up in a matter of like 5 years, 4 years. You are gonna have like millions of subscribers in like 4 years, 5 years. Like either your mom having a point in life where she's just rich or she's just a multimillionaire because of the job that she has, either because of the job that she has or because of the business investments that she makes, whatever, right? So that's the reality. That's the reality check. And me, it's not that I'm not aware of my situation because certain people think that I'm on social media and I'm like not aware of my situation. I'm so delusional. Blah 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 blah. Nah, nigga, I'm aware of my situation, boy. Which is why I'm taking chances with this YouTube thing type shit. You feel me? Because I'm aware of my situation. It's not like I'm in my situation. You feel me? And it's like I'm really prepared for this shit, type shit. Because first of all, I'm aware of my background. I'm aware of my circumstances. I'm aware of my situation. I'm aware of where I come from. I'm not even trying to dodge where I come from and how I grew up and stuff like that and things that are still happening, and you know what I mean. I'm not even trying to dodge it because that's just the young me. That's just the immature me. Matter of fact, that's the guy who's on the picture me with the other guy because we were younger then, right? So, so I'm no longer that guy. I'm no longer delusional. You understand what I'm saying? I get on here and I'm really realistic about how I come up doing things. Yo, what's up, Pookie Kalio? How you doing? Pookie Kalo. Pookie Kalo. Yeah, how you doing, man? Where you from? Nice meeting you, man. My name Krusher Recs, originator after Mother Haters, rapper, songwriter, content creator, one of the best rappers of his time. And the slogan goes to the naysayers: I really lose nothing. What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? Oh, so yeah, man, it really doesn't matter to me, dog. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. Like I understand life for how it is. I understand the world for how it is, which is why I made an analogy so fearsome. I bet that people started assuming that I'm really losing it for real, and it really doesn't matter. And this analogy goes: everything has terms and conditions. For example, lions in the savannah hunt almost each and every animal without thinking. Everything is terms and conditions. Everything is terms and willa willa willa. Everything is terms and conditions because think about it. If the lion in the savannah decides to hunt the elephant, the lion is obviously gonna be yeah, trampled. That's what I mean to say, right? It goes either two. It goes. It's either one of two ways, right? The lion gets trampled, or the lion strategically hunts and gets to kill and gets to eat. Eh, the meat of an elephant is rather rough, and then still there's another trade-off. The lion risks damaging their teeth. You know what I mean? Because that exists actually, even uh, in animals. Animals do damage their teeth actually when gnawing on raw meat, when eating raw meat. So I made that analogy. Right? Because this other guy, I was with my homie at the store, right? And then we were just chilling, and then this other uncle came around, and then he started talking about, yeah, when we're people, when people living, we have to coexist, we have to share things. And he went on to say, even if it means having a clear idea of your current bank balance. And I was like, what the fuck, nigga? Having an idea of my bank balance, that's just too personal, right? And he was like, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, I know, but in terms of age group." And then he started mumbling some stuff about age groups and stuff. And then I was like, "Nah, man, it's not about age groups, bro. Everything is terms and conditions. That's why a lion hunts every animal in the savannah without thinking. Like every animal in the savannah without thinking. Lions hunt elephants, of course, in groups. They hunt big antelopes, right? They hunt buffalo, right? Animals that could potentially kill them while they're hunting. Of which I didn't finish the analogy. I mean, I was just I was, you hurried, and I couldn't finish the analogy. So the trade-off is the lion hunts the elephant. The lion is likely to get more nutrients, but it goes one of two ways. The lion has to risk being trampled, meaning breaking maybe its leg or dislocating a rib or whatever, right? Because animals are strong and stuff like that, but they do have risk of injury. They have risk of injury. Everything that an animal does, whether that animal is a wild animal, domesticated, it doesn't matter. Meaning that we do indeed share some DNA with many animals in the world. That's what I'd want to think, because certain physical phenomenon that affect animals in the savannah, they sort of do affect us as well, as humans. Like the phenomena or the analogy of the lion gnawing on elephant meat, but still risking its teeth being cracked, resulting in very, very, very painful teeth. Uh, uh, you know, the gum sheen, the I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but even the gums, they're gonna end up itching, stuff like that. Yeah, lions, they do experience that, just like how we humans experience most discomfort. So everything is terms and conditions. Everything is terms and conditions. I mean, if a person gets to know or get to have an idea or gets to have an idea of my bank balance, there's a breach of those terms and conditions in a way. Especially when it comes to money. Understand? If my money is like in its millions, just imagine if my money is in its millions. Would it really matter if you're my best friend? Just imagine, dog. You have to like get clear reference of my money and stuff like that, and how it is in terms of like its fluctuation. Does it stay in the same digit or whatever? Like you gotta know that. But anyways, man. Anyways, um, ain't nothing much to it. Ain't nothing much to it. Ain't nothing much to it. I'm just gonna have to call it a day of streaming, blabbing on and on and on, saying some stuff that I probably don't even understand. And yeah, man, yeah, has to more streaming, has to more freestyling, has to more ranting about life and what goes on in life, and ranting more and more about my opinions on life, hoping that you learn something, hoping that I learn something. I mean, we are here to learn and learn and learn and keep learning up until the learning gives. But anyways, to the new viewers or to the people that are likely to listen to this, if you really like this, hit that like button. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you click the notification bell as you go, right? So as to boost the algorithm, and make sure that you comment certain things. If in your mind certain factors about life and certain qualities don't make some sense, and if maybe you wish to expound further on certain behaviors that you've noticed, do me a favor by commenting on every post that you come across and whatever, because I'm still gonna make certain posts public, right? Some of you that are here probably haven't even viewed me and my face and whatever, but whatever. With that being said, I'm gonna see you when I see you. You know what's going on though.